I did a video on Pubby a while ago, but I wanted to check back in. Is Pubby finally safe for me to use? Let's find out today. But before we dive in, if you want to support the channel, consider joining my YouTube membership. You get custom emojis, badges, and priority replies to your comments. Okay, let's jump in. Okay, so number one, we are going to start with the Alliance of Independent Authors Services rated website, and this is just, obviously one of the points to do your due diligence on. This is the one I like. Okay, so excellent, partner level, recommended, kind of my go-tos. Mixed, maybe. Caution and advisory, like watchdog advisory, I'll probably avoid myself, but it's up to you. It's your risk to take. Anyway, you pop in the name of the company that you're looking for, and in this case we're gonna check out Pubby. So let's have a look, Pubby, and see what happens. Okay, so this has been pending for like a long time, but we're talking over a year. Okay, actually, yeah, definitely over a year. So it says here, Pubby is a relatively new service, which in if you're talking like many years, in terms of your time horizon, that is true. So Pubby is relatively new in that sense, but it's pending as of February 2025. So yeah, it doesn't say, it doesn't have any of these just yet, but there we go. At least we are aware that it's being evaluated. They are continuing to assess its performance. So when this changes, if and when this changes, I will definitely do an update. So for the dry bit, this is the dry bit. Okay, but you have to understand community guidelines, KDP books. You need to be familiar particularly with the bit around compensation for reviews, stuff like that. So compensator reviews, basically you're not allowed to pay for reviews. Reviews should reflect honest opinions, your honest opinion. They don't really want any compensation, so do not pay for reviews, for example. Now the exception is it's okay to review a free or discounted book. Advanced reader copy is spelt out, so literally you can do advanced reader copies. You can give away your book for free, and do not require a review in exchange. So this is really important. It's not in exchange for a review, and you are not allowed to influence the review. So you can't, for example, say if you enjoyed the book, if you liked the book. No, that is kind of, yeah, I know it's small, it's a subtle thing, but that's an influence of the review. You are trying to say if you liked the book, then do something, right? So don't do that. No, not allowed to be in exchange, not allowed to influence the review, and crucially, you are not allowed to compensate. So no paying for reviews. Okay, so this is basically the spirit of the rule. The rule is don't pay for reviews, and definitely do not review swap. Okay, you're not allowed to review swap. I don't have that with me right now, but review swapping gets people banned. Okay, and yeah, so no review swapping, no paying for reviews. Make sure it's not in exchange, and don't try to influence a review. So that's kind of the backdrop. That's what Amazon wants you to do. Get honest reviews. Okay, so with that in mind, let's look at Pubby. Right, okay, so now you know the terms and conditions of KDP, Amazon, right? And this is Pubby's website, and let's have a look at the pricing first. So, I mean, £20, $20 per month. You can try it free for 10 days. Unlimited reviews for each book, blah blah blah. Cancel anytime, 30-day money back guarantee, and they've got an FAQ section over here. Okay, like what types of files, all genres, especially low and no content, it's fine. Who will have access? Only reviewers. And anyway, you can have a look at this, right? But you probably want to maybe do a bigger dive into it about how to how they work, basically. So one of the ways, the way to get reviews for your books is to earn what they call snaps. So basically you pay them and you join their membership thing, right, which is kind of dubious because basically it's like a big group of reviewers, of which I'm gonna guess, I don't know because they don't share any stats, but of which they are mostly authors, they are not mostly readers. So that's the first kind of not great, not a great thing. Like the readers program, you got to email them. Like when was the last time you emailed anyone to join a program? You just sign up for it, right? You know, like if you go to written word media or something like that, you know, you just sign up for it, but you wouldn't email them to join. But yeah, okay, so you earn snaps, okay, so you pay, you join their little membership thing, and then you need to earn snaps. How do you earn snaps? Okay, snaps are Pubby's community currency. Okay, authors spend snaps to request reviews, right? So you got to like earn enough snaps to request reviews. Okay, when you join, there's a bonus snaps that you can, and then you can use that for your first review. So they're kind of, you know, giving you a freebie almost when you first join. Now, tips for getting more snaps out of your time. Sign up for low content books. This is literally like, I don't know, the spirit of Amazon KDP was to say get honest reviews. Like that's rule number one, honest reviews. And this is telling you to sign up for low content books, cookbooks, picture books, puzzle books. Like, I'm not saying don't sign up for those. I'm saying, is that going to be an honest review? This is just encouraging you to get snaps in order to get book reviews, right? That's anyway. And then they're telling you to do verified purchase and then use KU if you have. Refer friends. They've also got these two things. I kind of want to dig down into this. But bear in mind, it's $20 a month here. Heads down mode, okay, is $29.99, the same as normal subscription. And then they've got, you know, how it works over here. Authors automatically earn 5,000 snaps per month with head down mode. So basically, you're paying $29.99 to get 5,000 snaps straight away. All right, now. And that allows you to, you know, try and get book reviews, which is very, very dubious. If you think that's not too bad, why don't you try Pubby Pro then? Okay, because you automatically earn 20,000 snaps, and how much does it cost? $250 per month. Okay, you get 20,000 snaps instantly added to your account, non-refundable, all that kind of stuff. So basically, Pubby Pro supercharge your experience with all the perks of unlimited. Who is it for? Busy authors who prefer writing over reading. So you're not even reading books. Okay. Small publishers aiming to elevate the author's experiences. I'm not convinced. I don't know any small publishers who use this, but maybe I'm wrong because I don't get out much. You know, I'm an introvert. I don't go out much. So maybe publishers are using it. Who knows? Authors gearing up for book promos and stuff. Anyway, the point is you pay $250 and then you get a whole bunch of snaps that you can use in order to get book reviews. So that's broadly how they work. You know, you join the club, you pay, and then you try and earn snaps. Okay, either you earn snaps by you know, basically doing reviews for other authors essentially. Okay. And as I said, I'm not convinced that this is a website where it's a reader focused, so that you're not accessing people who want to read your books, if at all. You're actually encouraged, if anything, you are encouraged not to read books because you want to earn stats fast, right? But let's say you do read the books. I don't know if you use if you use them, hopefully you do, you know, give them your honest review and stuff like that. But okay, so that's how Pubby works. Incidentally, I don't want to let this learning point get past. Basically, there's $20 a month, and then you got the heads down mode, which is $29.99 a month, and then you got a 250 Pubby Pro level, right? So basically, this is like a marketing tactic that is quite common. They give you the standard, and then they give you something a bit mid-tier, but it's still quite low relative to the maximum, the highest level. So the highest level, you may get some people, but most people will go for the mid to lower tier. Okay, and that's like a marketing tactic, just to be like, well, actually it's relatively affordable when you compare it to something like that, you know. Something just to be aware of. So basically, to get book reviews with Pubby, you have to earn snaps, and the if just human nature, right? Human nature, okay. What is the fastest route to getting book reviews, right? That is basically the main question that people who use Pubby, I'm guessing, will be asking. They're not going to be looking for full length novels, because that's gonna take a few days to read, right? Maybe even a few weeks. Like by that time, your free trial would have been over. You're paying $20 minimum a month, maybe more, depending on what you do, right? So I would say that most people are encouraged, in fact, to get snaps quickly to get book reviews for their books. I mean, just human nature. You're going to be selfish, right? You're going to try and get your book reviewed first, and instead of targeting books that you would normally read, full length novels maybe, for example. Like if you're into low content books, I'm not hating against that. I'm just saying, how many of these people are going to be your actual target readers and target audience? I'm going to venture a guess of very, very few, okay? And it's basically a whole, like, a big circle of reviewers. So it's not a direct review swap, as it were, because, I'm sure the algorithm, Pubby's algorithm has made sure they're not going to connect you and the person who reviewed your book. That's at least that's probably probably a good thing. I'm just guessing, okay? I don't have access to their algorithm, but that's my guess. And basically, you're encouraged to get snaps quickly, and that's not going to be reading the books you would normally read. Or if you've written a full-length novel, you're probably not going to spend time reading that. So then it begs the question, like, quality of the reviews. Are the reviews that you are getting genuine? Are they honest? Really? If you've written like a 60,000 word novel and you're getting reviews, are they really honest? Did they really read the whole book? I'm not saying everyone won't. Some people will, for sure. But yeah, I mean, you have to take that into account, okay? So just coming back to the community guidelines, if you pay attention to social media and you see people like talking about using some of these sites, and then they're like, oh, something interesting has happened. Okay, so the consequences of violation on community guidelines website, it says, if we find unusual reviewing behavior, we might limit the ability to submit reviews. Basically, they're going to tell you, no, you can't review anything else. Okay, basically, they deem, however true or false, that Amazon will have detected some kind of violation of their guidelines. Okay, so when you get hit with something like this, you are on Amazon's radar, and that's not a good thing in this when it comes to things like this. Okay, this is not a good look. Okay, anyway, I just think you should pay attention to social media, and when you notice people saying they can no longer post reviews, or my reviews were removed, or something like that, then this is most likely what they're being hit with. All right, so you just need to be aware of that. So I just want to, summarize a little bit. I kind of mini ranted along the way, but basically, I'm not going to be using Pubby at the moment. I won't be touching it until Ally updates their guidelines, and even then I'm going to be very, very cautious. I'm going to do my due diligence. Basically, Pubby uses snaps like tokens. It's a token system, effectively. So instead of taking your cash and saying, you don't need to do anything and then we're going to get you reviews, they're basically giving you snaps. If there was no snaps, you'd effectively be just giving cash. So if you remove that token system, that's basically the way they're working around it. Whenever someone has to work around something, it always makes me nervous. All right, so that's just my feeling. Okay, and also it's not, although it may not be a direct review swap one-to-one, like author A to author B swapping reviews, but if the circle is large enough, then although it's not a direct review swap, it's not, in my opinion, in the spirit of honest reviews that Amazon and KDP wants. Okay, so how honest do you think someone is when they review your book if they just want to get some snaps, you know? I mean, I don't read books randomly, you know. I won't be reading and reviewing random books just to earn credits. It's not my thing. But I know people, you know, will say, I need book reviews, this is the way to get it. And that's up to you. That's something you have to decide. It's your account, it's your risk to take. So if you decide it's for you, that's up to you, and I wish you all the best. All right. Now, think about this as well. Trad publishers, as far as I know, won't be using services like Pubby. Okay, they don't need to, right? They go through legit channels. They've got an email list, which they spend years building. They've got, you know, places like NetGalley, which, you know, charges a lot more, right? And these are legit places where librarians hang out, you know, people in the book business hang out, other publishers, you know, these are book business people. You know, do you think book business people are hanging out in Pubby? You have to ask yourself that. All right. Now, if you want to learn how to get reviews the legit way, check out this playlist right here, or click on this video that YouTube thinks is perfect for you. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you there.